Hey there. Welcome back. Well, I'm glad to bring you another video. I come down to what I like to call my little glory hole that I found. If you've watched Adventures in Dry Washing with me, you see the same hole that I was digging. And you'll notice that, well, obviously there's something that happened here while I was gone. Now, we are probably about a half a mile off of the highway, which causes a lot of vibrations. And like I showed you last time, if you click on one of these rocks, you can see the sand drop. So vibrations and stuff like that, tendency to make things drop in, which you actually can see. Here's the gravel bench that I'm working. It's an old gravel bench. As you can see, you can't really see the top of the fluff behind me. I've got about 6 feet here behind me. But anyway, what I'm going to do today is instead of bringing down the dry washer, I brought down the old Goal Cradle rocker box. Like to use it a lot. Like I said, no tools, no oil, no gas to buy. Just I got to go fetch me a couple buckets of water, which ain't no problem. It's a little ways over there, but 2 buckets is better than carrying 12 all the way over there all day long. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this out a little bit more. Like I said, this is the gravel bench. It does go about 3 feet down. That's the farthest that I've dug it. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't go further. Me, myself, I'd like to get down to the bottom one time just to find out if there's any bigger pieces or maybe some little nuggets. Like I said, here in Arizona, you never can tell. It's getting a little hot right now, but it's not too bad. I'd say it's in the high 70s with a little breeze, so I'm pretty comfortable working today. And if I get too hot, I got a tarp over there I can cover up with. But that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out this little patch here. I'm not going to mess with anything here behind me. I already know what goes that way. It just turns into dust. This gravel bench seems to go out towards that way, so that's what I'm going to follow. And I do got a little bit of a hole down in there, so I'm going to expose that back out and start reworking it. Like I said, today I'm going to show you again how to set up the Goal Cradle rocker box. It's very fast, very efficient. One of the best pieces of equipment I've ever had in my hand. Like I said, not only is no tools, no gas, no oil, but it's virtually, you can take it anywhere. It could work with 5 gallons of water, so you can take it if you have a 4-wheeler, take 5 gallons of water with you. You can sit there and use 5 gallons of water pretty much almost all day, I'd reckon, if you use the catch tray right and make it work. But I'm going to show you, like I said, how it works, and that you can utilize the Goal Cradle not only in a creek like I showed you if you've seen my videos back in Indiana, but also in the desert. It's virtually, you can work it along a creek. In the desert, you can take it up in the high parts of the mountains. It's 20 pounds that goes on your back. Walking with it's a heck of a lot better than walking with a little puffer dry washer or anything else, or traveling back home with a bunch of concentrated concentrates. That way you're not digging for nothing. Remember, always do your homework, do your test panning. It's a great piece of equipment for test panning. Like I said, if you have a 4-wheeler, you can virtually go anywhere with it on the back. Run a couple shovelful of dirt. If you find gold, you know it's there. Start digging. If you don't find gold, you know it's not there. Don't waste your time, obviously. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and stick around. I'm going to get to it, dig this little part out, show you how to set everything up, get my buckets of water, and hopefully we got as good as clean out as I did with the dry washer. I know the gold's here. I've been digging this hole. Well, this is my 2nd year digging this same hole. So I know the gold's here. Like I said, testing, homework, time after time. I've tried pieces over here, pieces over there. This is where it's pronounced more of gold. So anyway, stick around. Let me go get those buckets of water and set everything up, and we'll get back with you. Hang in there. All right. Well, I got down to about 2 feet of my cobbles. I don't know if you can see it because of the shadows here. But anyway, I've got enough of this sand and gravel here that's exposed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a little bit through the Goal Cradle rocker box after I show you a little bit of the setup. I'm going to take a test pan just to make sure that I'm still on the same gold that I presume to be here. If I'm not catching as much as what I usually am, I'm actually going to dig a little bit deeper. Now, I'm going to try not to do that. I don't have a lot of time today. This is only a 1-day adventure. Luckily, it's just outside of Phoenix, about 35 miles. But the hike down in here, like you've seen when I was with the dry washer, it's a pretty good hike. You got to be about half mountain goat. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set this Goal Cradle up. Like I said, 20-pound box. It's pretty easy. Take off your lid, throw it to the side. You got your catch tray and your ladle. Comes with it. Both rockers, front and back. Got your little scoop, which I'll be using for sure today. And always remember, like I told you, it comes with 3 different grizzlies. We got one, it's about the 1/4 inch. We got another one, it's about a 1/4 inch, but it's got less holes. And then we got one down to about an 1/8 inch. Now, since I'm going to be running fine sands today, I'm not going to be classifying anything because I'm going to show you that you don't have to classify to use that. That's what this is for, they're classifiers. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of the small one, the 1/8 inch, because I want the water to actually wash a little bit more of what I'm working today. So I'm going to put in the 1/4 mesh. It's got a little bit of little less holes in it, but lets you work it a little bit more. Like I said, you take the one with the lips, put it right here in the back. You take the other one, it's got the rockers on the front, and of course you're going to stick that to the front. Now both of these have got a hand screw on them. Like I said, no tools are really necessary for this. They're twist screws or whatever you want to call them. You take your box, 2 holes, 4 holes, just line them up on the side with you like here, like so. Take your second one, bring it back, get it locked in there like that. You get the screw straight, bring your box over, come over to the other side, and then, like I said, just start twisting them in. Like I said, Jerry's made this box real easy. It seems to work great for me. I love it. It's versatile. You can use it as, like I said, you can use it along a creek to work benches. You can use it in the desert with minimum 5 gallons of water in it. And it works as great. It works just as good as a cleanup. Like if you get home and you want to clean your concentrates, I'm telling you what, this right here, this one mat, I have cleaned it out here for a little bit. This one mat, it's a rubber-backed miner's moss mat. And let me tell you what, folks, it does not lose any of the gold. I'm so surprised by what kind of gold that I have got with this machine. I'm not saying that I'm surprised because I was surprised it was going to work. I'm just surprised on what Jerry said. You know, people usually boast about a machine catching 99.9% of the gold. Usually there's a little loophole in there somewhere. But with Jerry, what he's told me, and I talk to him all the time on the phone, he's a real good guy, informational. He's a gold prospector himself, so this is made from a gold prospector for gold prospectors. And like I said, it's virtually an all-over machine. There is no place that you can actually beat this machine, in my opinion. It's virtually that good. Hopper goes up top here. Catch tray goes towards this way. I always do the runoff towards the front because it's about like a sluice box. So I got about a 1/2 foot. So what I want is about a 1/2 inch of drop to an inch. The reason why is because you got the ribbed rubber matting up here in the front, and you want that water to flush off as you're working. Now, I got this sitting right next to my hole because today, like I said, I'm not going to be classifying. I'm going to take right out of the hole, right into the rocker box, and show you that this gets gold without having to classify. Now, I've already went down and got my 2 tubs of water, which I don't want to have to do that again. Anyway, then you fill it up. The welds are very nice. They'll hold water. You won't have any troubles holding water in this. I have beat and banged mine around, so I know it's sturdy. It's been in the back of a truck, it's been in car trunks, it's been everywhere. Had it along the creeks, banging it on the rocks. Like I said, 2 half buckets of water, or 3/4 of buckets of water, I should say, and pretty much I'm ready to go. So anyway, that's the setup. Like I said, I always like to run a few cups right on through here just to rinse up that matting and get the rubber matting and the carpet all wet down there at the bottom. As you can see, when I'm working that water's going to come out just nice. It's going to work everything I have just nice and sweet. That's what I want to see, is that water coming off there, just not real quick, just enough to work your aggregates. But anyway, I got the box set up. I'm going to go through and get a little bit of this extra stuff back out. And then I'll come back. I'm going to work me about, I would say, a full wash tub first. One of the white catch trays. I'm going to work me a catch tray and take a test pan. When I take a test pan, I'll come back and I'll pretty much show you how things are going and seeing what I got. But anyway, if it looks good, you're going to see it on this camera. I guarantee it, because I can get it close enough. It's a 70 times zoom. It's a pretty good camera. But anyway, like I said, stay here. I'm going to work a little bit of this. Come back. When I'm ready to do a test pan, we'll find out what it's got. Hang in there, because it's going to be good. Alright, well, I've got me a full hopper full. Like I said, I'm going to check it after here. Always remember to take a little peek in your top hopper, just in case there could be a picker setting up in here you just didn't see. Being in the sun like I am, though, I'd have seen her out of nowhere. Get rid of the old aggregates like so. And this is about how fast we're going to do this. Empty our water off the catch tray. And get rid of this sand out of here, like so. I happen to got my little test pan, so bring this back over here with me. Another good thing about this machine is you can sit here and you can test pan right in the old tub itself. But this is how fast this baby cleans out. You pull it up, you tip it over, clean out your miner's moss. Like I said, I usually don't clean it this quick. It'll take quite a bit of buckets through this before you actually have to clean up. But I just want to make sure that I'm on the gold that I'm on. Check, make sure ain't no picker still hanging out in there. Anyway, put her back on, slide her back in. And you're done. Cleanup's that fast. You don't worry about the stuff on bottom until late in the evening when you get home. If there's any golds that's actually made it past this miner's moss, that carpet, that rib rubber matting, and that raised metal, congruated metal is going to catch it. But now, let's see if I'm on the gold, like I'm hoping I still am, which I see a lot of black sands in here. Agitate that material up real good. For your black sand to show up, agitate her again. Like I said, this will give me a real quick example of if I'm still on the gold or if I'm just too high up. If I'm too high up, I'll go deeper down. Now, if I'm on the gold, I don't have a problem with going deeper down as well. Well, everybody knows that gold's 19 times every water, so it usually falls to the bottom of the bottom. But like I said, I don't know how big this gravel bar is. I know it's at least 3 feet. And I just don't have time to dig down all the way today. So what I'm going to try to do is get a little enough gold in here to make a good showing for today. I'm going to show you this test pan right here, and if it's what I think it is, I'm going to keep working, and I'll show you a cleanup at the end of the day, and maybe with a nice stripe of gold around the top of that pan, just to show. Because I've had people ask me, why do I like using a gold cradle? I've never really showed a good cleanup with it. Well, that's not true. I showed a good cleanup with a dry washer. I actually used it for a cleanup machine. It didn't miss a lick of gold. I went and ran the stuff that I had behind in a blue bowl. Nothing was in there, so hey, why mess with something that you already know it works? If you can use it so versatile like that, you just need to get one. It's that good. All right, work my black sands down. All right. See if I got anything in here. Oh yeah. Do the old bump, get all that gold, try to get it to the top so I can get a good look at it. I got some good, nice flakes, that's for sure. I'm still in the right spot. See if I can't get the gold away from this black sand. It's not easy, like I said, it's a lot of flour gold. All right. Just empty this off a little bit. Let me see if I can't show you here on the camera real quick. Let me get behind so I can tell what I'm looking at here. Alright, you seeing that gold right there at the top? See if I can focus her in. There you go. There's some good flakes for you right there. Now that just goes to show me, that I'm still on the gold. And I'm still on the, oh shoot, almost tripped. That I'm still on the gold in this gravel bench. And like I said, that's that what you seen right there might be 6 of these scoops. You work this just like you would a sluice box. You don't work it so slow you can't stand it. But it's not about eating. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality you put through it. Anything you put through it, you're going to get 99.9. You just seen them flakes. Those are right there, anywhere between I'd say 100 mesh and down. Some of them are a little bit, just a hair above 100 mesh, but I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got well over 20 colors sitting right there. Well over 20 colors. Seriously, with six of these scoops right here. That just goes to show you that not only am I'm still on the gold, but the old Gold Cradle, she's going to work fine today with me. Like I said, I got enough water. I can sit here all day and work. I'm going to work all day and then bring it home and probably process it at home. That way I could pan out all the black sands. Like I said, these black sands, it still got gold in it. I didn't get all the black sands or the gold out of the black sands. I just wanted the majority to stay up there. But anyway, hang around and I'll come back. If I get a little bit deeper and can show you something different in this hole, I'll darn sure be glad to do it. Everything else is pretty much just shoveling and working. So we're going to get her done. Hopefully I can show you a darn good cleanup of this old Gold Cradle rocker box. I got a lot of things to prove. I've had many phone calls, people asking different questions about it, and well, this is just to show everybody that yeah, it can be done. So stay there. We're going to be back here in a little while. Give me some digging done, and then hopefully I'll show you a good cleanup. If I see anything else interesting, scorpion, snake, you never know what I get out of this hole. I'll turn the camera back on and let you check it out. But anyway, stick around. I'll be right back in a minute. Well, folks, I'm back here. What I wanted to do is there's a couple pinpoints that I was going to try to hit, but I kind of forgot. But anyway, it doesn't hurt to let you see how I actually work this. You put it in, you give her some good rocks. Let your gravels aggregate everything up the top, just like in your pan. Make sure you're getting that water going down through there, using that rock in action. Let the box work for you. You don't have to work it too hard. Get done. Check that top hopper. Nothing glowing at me. Ooh. Almost thought I found a chispa piece. That'd been nice to find today. Good find. Anyways, like I said, you know, it just takes it right there. You put your hopper back on, you turn it back to your hole, and you shovel. It's just that easy all day long. Just like you're sitting here working a sluice box. If it gets any easier, I'd be sitting on a bucket. Of course, in this, where I'm at, that's a little pinpoint that I wanted to touch up with you folks. As you can see that I'm on my knees. Reason why is because I got like 6 feet of overburden over the top of my head. Now I'm out from the overburden because of the spill in. Like I said, I had to dig the hole out. But I am a stickler on number 1, being safe. Number 2, like I said, I'm a half mile off the road down in a ravine. And I hate to say it, but if I'm yelling help, it's going to take until this evening if somebody comes walking down here to hear me yelling help. So stay on your knees in a hole like this, because if it does fluff down on you, it's easier to stand up on your knees than it is to uncross your legs. I know some people's like saying that's uncomfortable and oh, that hurts at the end of the day, but guess what? That's called prospecting. Prospecting was easy, everybody be out doing it. So get you some knee pads if you have to, but if you're in a hole like this and a hole this deep that has a chance of fluffing in, always stay on your knees, never get down on your behind. Reason, like I said, if you get buried, it's just like snow. It's easier if you're on your knees and getting up than it is if you got crossed legs. Well, like I said, we just sat here and we're going to work this, and I'll probably have a good turnout by the end of the day. I'm gonna work a majority of this hole. I say majority of it. That's kind of crazy since this hole's so darn big. I've been working it for quite a while, but I'm going to make a pretty good showing out of this hole today for sure. Like I said, I got things to prove to some people on the phone that I talked to, and they're interested in buying the old Gold Cradle, and I talked to them, and they're not satisfied. Well, I'll just tell them to call old Jerry. Jerry explains it to them, and Jerry's the kind of guy that says it like it is. You get it out of the Gold Cradle, what you put into it. because they don't lose any gold. He's a fun guy to talk to. He explains it in detail. Like I said, he is the maker of it. Very informational, very fun guy to talk to. Heck, I call him up just sometimes just to talk to him because he's that much fun. But anyway, like I said, you check the top hopper, throw her out, go right back to town. But anyway, this is one pinpoint that I wanted to stress to you is always be on your knees, never be on your butt, and which I know it's a pain in the butt sometimes to not be on your butt, but you know, safety, safety, safety. Always be aware of your surroundings, like I said in my other videos. Always keep a watch what's happening. I haven't seen very much dirt moving today because, number one, I am out in front of everything that's actually fell into the hole. And number two, I'm not really banging too hard to get down into my hole since now you can hear that's all the gravel's right there. But anyway, hang in there and I'm going to show you a pretty good cleanup, or I'm going to try to my darndest. But like I said, always remember, keep your eyes out. Never sit down in a hole. If you are sitting down in a hole, make sure, if you got it shored up, that's one thing. But in a hole like I'm sitting in today, it's just too dangerous. Just keep on your knees. Like I said, it's easier to come up on your knees than it is on your behind. But anyway, hang out. We're going to work it, and I'm going to show you a good cleanup, like I said. Just stick around. All right, folks. Standing behind the camera here, taking a little break, but I want to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. You see, there's the rock bench I showed you right behind the gold cradle on the dry washer. And here is the one that I wanted to get to. It's on top. Now, as you can see in there, you see the different rocks, how they're hard packed in there, but you see the sand that's just a little different color. Now, that sand is just a little different color in there is what I'm wanting. Now, it's a little thin sand layer. It's about 3 inches thick. But there's about 5 or 6 different layers inside this rock bench that I'm actually working. Now, right up in here, you can see it's got another blonde sand right there as it travels down. Now, that blonde sand, it holds a little bit of gold, but not much. There's that old caliche layer. And look right here. I'll show you what's actually sitting over my head. If I could back it up all the way. Here we go. That's what's over my head. So when I say don't get caught down in a hole, I mean don't get caught down in a hole. So there's a little bit in there. But anyway, like I said, this is the sand that you're wanting to find. Down below the rock packs, you'll find them in 2-inch stringers, sometimes 3 inches. These are about 2.5 to 3 inch stringers. Now I know there's about 3 of them that I've dug before. But anyway, that's where I'm digging. I just wanted to show you a little bit about it and what you're looking for. So don't ever think that you went deep enough. So when you find one of these old riverbeds, it's well worth trying. Anyway, hang in. We'll be back a little bit. Back to work. All right, well, here we are. Down by the little bitty creek that runs through here. What you can't see is the creek bed itself is about 50 feet wide. So when this thing gets blazing, it gets really blazing. But we haven't had so much rain this year, so we've got a little water flow, not very much, but enough I could do a little cleanup for you. Now, I've already brought down my rib rubber matting, brought down my miner's moss. Everything I need to clean out's in this bucket. So, one rib rubber matting, which goes this is on the bottom. Like I said, this doesn't take that long to clean out very fast. It does very efficient, pretty quick. And my carpet, which sits right in the back, which is, I can already tell, is loaded with good stuff. Black, ooh, cocklebur. I got another one right here. You don't get very many of them in Arizona. Usually it's a cactus. Anyway, clean out your carpet, just like a sluice box. Stretch it out. Again, it's rubber backed. And then the old miner's moss, which has got a lot of black sands and a lot of gold, hopefully. Like I said, I was going to do this at home, but I've been out for about 3 hours and I still got a little bit of sunlight. Enough, hopefully, I can catch this on here. Clean all that good stuff out. Look in there and make sure there ain't no pickers left over. Alright, set that to the side. Now I got the stuff that actually come off everything, since I had a little bit of black sands and stuff like that inside. All right, now the panning time. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully it's as good as I think it is. Oh boy. Now I've got to figure out a little. That's deep enough, I reckon, right there. Give it a nice shake. I want all that gold to go down at the bottom, all the black sands. I like to get all that gold down at the bottom towards that front lip. It's just a must. Don't be afraid to tip your pan up and shake it a little bit. The gold, I can tell you, it's 19 times heavier. It's all going to go to the bottom. So you ain't got to worry about that. It just helps to get it down at the bottom. That way your blonde sands come off the top, your lights. Like I said, every time you do this, even in a finishing pan, when you start to see the black sand, agitate it again. You want all that blonde sand to be up top. Black sand, you want the last to come out because you never know what's in it. It could be gold. You got to keep it up. Anyway, hope you can hear me. I got a pesky airplane flying over again. I seem to be right in a flight path of a flying school today, which I forgot all about it, but hey, it doesn't bother me none. They're flying over the top and I'm down here on the ground. So anyway, like I said, you get it all the way down to your black sands. Always pay attention to what's coming out of your pan. It's a finishing pan, so it doesn't have as big, deep as ripples as my sluice, Garrett Super Sluice, or my GPAA pan. Which is another thing that, you know, I always hit on. If you're thinking about getting into gold prospecting, or maybe getting the kids into it, you know, spend the little money, do it for a Christmas gift. GPAA is got places all over the place that you can go. You can actually, there's pay to dig places, there's private GPAA claims all over the place when they send you the new mining's guide. It's got it all in there. It tells you what you can use, what you can't use, what you're looking for. If you're finding coarse gold, flour gold, flake gold, the nuggets, down to metal detectors. Each state's got a GPAA president in it, and people like that you can contact and really get in with the affiliation of them. Like I said, for kids, it's an awesome thing to get them into. Number one, you know, I've never seen a kid that didn't like to play in the dirt and get wet and have fun, unless it's somebody that sits in the house all day and plays computers, which, you know, that's kind of fun to them until you get them out and start finding gold. To find gold is totally different than sitting there playing on a computer. They think it's exciting, they think it's fun, but when you're a kid and you find gold, I'm telling you, I've seen kids' face light up. I can't, you know, I got to say it to myself too. Back when I was 19 and somebody told me, Carl Thiede of Frankfort, Indiana, told me there was gold in the creeks back there. I thought he was crazier than a loon. Well, he showed me how to go pan it. He told me where to go pan it, and sure enough, I found 5 flakes in my first 3 shovels full back in Indiana. After that, the fever was on. I've been sick for 20 years. It's a sickness you can't shake. There ain't no medicine for it, and there ain't no way to get around it unless you just get out there in the field and take care of it. And that's what I like to do as I get out here and I prospect. Sometimes I got other people with me, but most generally, if people don't like where I go prospecting, it's too hard on them, or it's just out of their way. They don't like to go. They want everything to be right off the side of the road. And I hate to tell everybody this, but prospecting's not right off the side of the road. Now, I'm not saying that you can't prospect off the side of the road, but if it's off the side of the road, it's been hit before. So just try to get on your off-beaten paths, you know, get kids out there looking at nature. There's plenty of nature in the desert, that's for darn sure. You got birds and all kinds of stuff, ground squirrels, chipmunks. If you're out at the right time, you find some of the wildlife you don't really want to meet up to in the nighttime, but hey, you're still safe. They're more leery of you than what you are of them. I've just got tons of black sands in here. And like I was saying, just check out the GPAA. You can get on the website, find out what their fees are. And if you're really thinking of really getting into it hard, if you're thinking of retiring, maybe traveling around, seeing a lot of places, look up the LDMA, Lost Dutchman's Mining Association. They're a little bit bigger of a group, same chapter, sister chapter, so to speak. Was created a long time ago by, I believe, the Buzzard. That's actually Tom Massey's father Heaven rest his soul. He has passed away and left us, but we still get to see shows of him on the computer, and we still think about him all the time. A very informational man. Put it the way it was. Didn't stand up for government treading on his parade. So I like the things he has to say, and the way he ran himself. Very exciting to me and made a lot of sense. But anyway, check out the GPAA and the LDMA, just if you're wanting to get into it. If you're not wanting to join a club, which you don't have to, but like I said, they always got outings in every state. It's fun to get kids out too. It's fun to get even a couple into. If you and your wife find you're lacking in something and you guys need something to do and everything's just got a little boring, go get a gold pan. Get out there and dig a little. Have fun. Find gems. You can find coins. I found arrowheads. Just all kinds of unexplained things where I've dug in my life in the 22 years actually that I've been doing this. But I found a lot of nice things, a lot of great interesting people. The people you meet, they're something else. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the most hip with a stick. I'm off a little bit, but I like to have fun. But I've met some people that are way out there, and to meet people like that and just have camaraderie and the niceness, it makes it all worth it, that's for sure. But now you see, like I said, I'm getting down to these black sands. I really got to watch what's going on. I've already seen flakes showing themselves, so I'm hoping like the dickens it's as good as what I think it's going to be. Now see, there's gold all in this black sands here, and I've just got too much black sands to do anything with. So what I'm going to try to do is, I know I've got most of that gold shook down at the bottom. Oh, this thing's just littered with gold. And see, I've only been here with 3 hours with that Gold Cradle rocker box, folks. 3 miserable hours out of my day's time. But hey, I got back out here to nature and back outside. I'm enjoying it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to take this home and run it through my blue bowl, because there is just a gooble gobble gold in here. Hoping I can get you a little stripe to show you. Oh my goodness, there's a nice flake. Nice flake. Trying to get that gold up there so I can make a little line. Y'all can see it. Just afraid I'm going to lose some of this if I pan it down anymore. I don't use a safety tray like I told you in the other videos. The reason why I don't is because if I lose it, it gives something else for the next guy to look for. Which I know I don't do this for a hobby. I actually do it to make money. But I just can't get it down enough where you can. There's just way too much of it in here. A lot of flour gold, some good flakes. Anyway, let's see if I can't tilt that up. Let me get back here behind the camera again. Ouch, dang old cockaburs. All right, I'm behind the camera. Let me see if I can't zoom in on this pan. I got, like I said, I got 70 times the zoom here. All right, now you can see right there. You can see that one big flake right there at the bottom of the camera. Everything else on the top of that shining, that's all gold. All this in the black sands, everything you see shining, that's all gold. So like I said, I'm definitely going to have to take this, take this home and run it through a blue bowl. And then hopefully when I get home and run it through a blue bowl, we'll have a lot more in there. Like I said, the black sands, it makes it a little hard for you to see in the pan what's there. Ouch. Boy, I got these cockaburs all over me. Right there it is too. No wonder I do. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to get out there and get home and run this through a blue bowl, pan it down and get it back to just down to the gold. I know there's a lot more than what you've seen in that pan. I just can't show you. I got, at least 5 teaspoons of black sands in there, and I'm not going to sit here and waste all that time panning it out. But anyway, like I said, check out your GPAA. Look up LDMA. Another good place if you're thinking about getting into gold prospecting, check out on the web. It's called Gold Prospectors Space. Tim runs that organization and that web page. He does a real fine job of it. I think there's over 2,000 members already. It's like a Facebook for gold prospectors. Not a lot of political stuff on there, just mostly of what people's went out and find. Videos, informational videos. Tim also runs contests for t-shirts and gift cards. It's a fun little website for gold prospectors to get with other gold prospectors and figure out information and to just get together. Another thing is you could also look up adventuresinprospecting.com. It's Joey Wilson's little website. Now on there he's got videos that teach you how to do gold anywhere. Dredging, panning techniques, how to build a sluice box. Another very viable informational channel that I would go to. But like I said, if you're thinking about that, check those places out. Listen to what people's got to say. Always remember, a professional and a pro. A professional thinks they know it all. A pro knows he learns something new every day. So always be a pro about things and listen. And if you already got the information, listen and be glad about your day and go on to the next person. It's no waste of time, and it always reminds you of what's going on. So let me pack all this stuff up, and I'm going to go home, run this through a blue bowl, and I'll be back in a second. Well, it ain't going to be a second, but it'll be a second on here as soon as I get done editing. But anyway, we'll be back, and I'll show you what I got. I think you'll be pleased. Hang in there. Okay, well, I ran through my blue bowl, just getting the finest as I could get out. But I think I got it to where I could at least get you some show in here. Really starting to float on me now. I put some salt in the water, but I had to put new water. And anyway, right here we go. As you can see, it's still ladled all through my pan, just not up there in that top line. It's all through here. A couple real nice good flakes. I still got it down on the bottom. Like I said, I still got some black sands to go through, but hey, not a bad turnout. Okay. Anyway, like I said, that's pretty much how we work the Gold Cradle rocker box. Just showed you today how easy it is to set up. As you can tell, it's getting a little dark on me now, so I'm glad I had enough time to get back here and get this nice gold worked through. I'm not going to do anything with this pan just yet. I'm going to sit there and put a little soap in it so I can get the float gold down at the bottom. Maybe keep the black sands in it until I can boil it off, maybe take it off with a magnet. But other than that, it's not bad for 3 hours for the old Gold Cradle rocker box. Like I said, if you've never checked into it or seen about it or even gotten information about it, you don't know what kind of piece of equipment that you're actually losing. It's viable in the desert, it's viable in the creeks, it's viable anywhere that in the wash. It doesn't matter. It takes 5 gallons of water. I usually put 2 5-gallon buckets in it, halfway full, so I guess that's a little over 5 gallons. But I use it pretty much all day. But today that was about a good 4 hours, 3 hours without my digging. I like to dig a lot and get the sands, the pastry that I'm actually trying to get out of it. So, but anyway, that's a pretty good showing in anybody's pan that I think of for 3 hours. Anyway, remember what I was telling you earlier. Check out, if you're thinking about getting into prospecting, seriously, check out the clubs that I was talking about. The GPAA, which is a fun club. The LDMA, which is a little more expensive, but it's lifetime membership. If you'd like to do any kind of informational stuff, you could always go to goldprospectorschannel.com. That's Joey Wilson's little spot on the internet. You can also go to Gold Prospectors Space. It's like a Facebook, but it's for gold prospectors. no trash. It's just all gold talk, videos that people shot, what they've done this summer. Another thing is very informational. But always remember, get out there, do your homework, study. If there's gold, dig it. If there's no gold, don't waste your time. Do your homework, do your test panning, and get out there and have fun with it. And, well, as for me, it's old Swiftwater, and I'm out of here. And always remember, get out there and start living life before life isn't there to start living. Until next time, hang in there. I'll see you around.